Hi everybody, it's that time again, Phonics with Mrs Deojee. Let's get started. Take your hats out, put them on, turn them on, make sure they're definitely on, because I know some of them are not working so great at the moment. Off we go. Phonics, phonics all around, phonics all around, phonics, phonics all around, phonics all around. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is remember some of the tricky words that we have been looking at. Now today I've got a really fun video, and in this video you will need to use your tricky word eyes to read the tricky word. There may be some words that we haven't really learned yet, but challenge your brain, stretch your brain, see if you can read it. Then when it shouts dance, you've got to show your best dance moves. So go and have some fun reading the tricky words and show off your best dance moves. Off you go.
When we say dance, you dance and go crazy. All. Am. Are. At. Ate. Be. Black. Brown. But. Came. Did. Do. Good. Have. He. Into. Like. Must. Knew. Know. Now. On. Hour. Out. Please. Ride. Saw. Say. She. So. Soon. That. There. They. This. Under. What. Was. Well. Went. What. Right. Who. Will. With. Yes.
Enjoy that tricky word dancing song? That was a super fun video. We will definitely be using that in our phonics lessons when we get back to school. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to look at our new tricky word, which is, what do you think it says? Was it in the music video you've just watched? Yes, it is called you. Okay, can you tell your adult why it is a tricky word? We did talk about it in yesterday's lesson. Have a think again. Why is it a tricky word? Tell your adult now. Off you go. Parents, give me a thumbs up if you think your child was correct. Yes, lots of you were. Well done. Okay, now in this tricky word we have the letters Y, O, U. Do we say the sounds? Y, O, A, ya? No. That sounds very odd. Y, O, U spells you. Well done. Can you practice saying the word to your adult's phone? You. Can you practice saying the word to your TV screen? You. Can you practice saying the word to your kettle? Off you go. You. Fantastic. So now we're going to look at the letters that are in this tricky word. So the first letter is Y, and then the second one is O, and the third one is U. Can you practice writing that tricky word on your forehead? Off you go. You need to go around and up and flip. Then you start on top, you go all the way round, and then for the U you go down, around and back up. Can you practice doing it with your nose? Round and down and flick for the U, round, and then for the U, down and up. Can you practice that tricky word on your adults' neck? Or is it going to be a bit tickly? Y, O, U. Fantastic. Now, in my next video, I have got another super letter formation app. Hope you enjoy it. Get practicing those letters. Go into the App Store and find the app Pocket Phonics. Now this app's completely free. I have already downloaded mine, so I'm just going to open it. Then click the Get Started button. All you need to do is just write one name and then you can get going with it. Okay. And then it will ask you for the style of letter that you would like. We'll just keep it on the first one and press continue. Then you will need to click on the green button. We're going to be focusing on the phonics and the letter sounds. Okay, there's loads of different games here. We'll click on the first
Tap
one.
the play button to start.
And what you will do
Say
Right. Will tell you about the sound, and then you'll have a go at writing it after. Okay.
Outstanding.
If you don't want to do that many letters, click on the stop button and then hit the green arrow. And there are some stories that your children can read using the sounds. They are free, some of them, but some of them you do need to register for. So use the free ones. And also, if you click the green buttons while you're reading,
Mrs. Read what does
nice games, phonics games
spell
to go with it.
Tap the picture for
Enjoy this phonics / letter formation game. Okay, it's time for our game. Now, this game is called Tricky Word Rocks. Now, I don't know about you, but my little girl absolutely loves finding rocks in the forest. It has kept her entertained for hours, so that makes one happy mummy. Love finding rocks in the forest. Okay, now also I can't take credit for this tricky word game because it's kind of come from my partner in crime, Mrs Freeman, and one of my parents in third class came up with the Facebook and the Instagram idea. So high five to you both. Now here we go. So children and parents, you should all have your tricky word rocks children, I hope you help your adults paint them. You didn't let them do it all on their own, I hope. You need to go to your local forest or your local park, or now good old Boris has told we're allowed to drive to forests or parks. Then you need to hide your lovely rocks in some good hiding places. Don't make it too tricky to find, because we need them to find it. So some interesting places for your friends to find the rocks. Now the next thing you will need to do is, if you want to make it even more interesting, if you've got a Facebook account or an Instagram account, take a photo of your rocks before and post it, and tell them that you have hidden some tricky word rocks in the forest that you are at, and see if your friends can find them. Okay, and I would love to see if you get any replies from your friends. Please post it on my Facebook group. I would love to see if you and your friends were able to play this game in the forest. Have fun hiding your tricky word rocks and see if your friends can find them. How fun was that game? Did you enjoy hiding the rocks? And did any of your friends even find your rocks? If they did, don't forget to post a picture on my group. I would love to see what you have done. Okay, the next bit we need to do is we need to read a sentence. And the sentences will have what tricky word in it today? Don't forget to tell me. It says you. Well done. Now, today's game is on phonics play. It is called sentences. Now, parents, what you will need to do is you will need to read the sentence to your child, first of all. When they hear the tricky word you, they need to stop and write it down. See if they remember how to write the tricky word you. Okay, and then after they have done that, get them to read the sentence and see if they can answer. If it is a question, answer the question that they have just read. Okay, and then do it again for the other sentences. At the end, can they think of their own sentences or questions with the tricky word you? Get them to verbally say it to you. Okay, enjoy reading. Go into Google and type in phonics play. There you go, it's the first link there. Can you click on phase 3? And we will need to log in again. Do you remember the username and password? It should be fresh in your memory. It is March 20, and then the password is home, and log in. Scroll down until you get to the game called Sentences Phase 3. Click on Start and then click Next until you hit the tricky word game, you. That's all we need. Now, remember what I said. You need to read the questions to your children. When they hear the tricky word you, they need to stop and write down the tricky word. Now, they also need to read it themselves, the questions, and then try and answer the questions and tell you if they think the questions sound a bit silly or if they think it's a sensible question. What you can also do is they can come up with their own sentence with a you, a verbal sentence, and if you want to, you can get them to write it. And you can also get them to think of a silly question that has the tricky word you and a sensible question that has the tricky word. We've got one last thing to do before the session ends. We need to stretch that phonics brain just a little bit more. Who's up for it today? Right, I've got a really exciting karate game. It's called, did you like my karate skills? It's called Karate Cats. Now, what you need to do, children, in this game. You need to read the sentence. In the sentence, there will be a missing word. It's your job to find out the correct missing word for the sentence, but you really need to look carefully at the word that needs to be put in the sentence. You need to check the spelling. Who's good at spellings? So that's what you will need to do for karate cats. I've got good karate skills, haven't I? Here, okay, and that's it then. That's the end of my phonics session today. Take your hats off, turn them off, and put them safely in your pocket for my next session. Bye. Go into Google and type in BBC Bite Size Karate Cats. It's that first one on the top there. And then click on the first link. And it's the English games that we need. So click play. And because I'm on my iPhone, I need to turn it around. Okay, click start. And then click play.
Welcome, apprentice. I am Sensei.
And we have to listen to this lovely karate cat talk before the game starts.
Where you will learn to master your skills alongside the very best karate cats. If you train hard and improve your skills, many karate cats will join you here. Good luck. Hit the play button to start your training.
Okay, so you heard him, click the play button. And then you choose your belt. So we're going to click the white one.
Complete the sentence.
Okay, so we need to read the sentence. It's going to have some tricky words that they might know, and it might have some words that they might not know as well. So they have to think about what the missing word is and then choose the correct word. And they'll keep working up to get the next karate belt, depending on how many they get correct. Okay, enjoy. So some of the sentences actually will have just words and some of them will have to do the correct spellings. Okay, have fun.